So I'm Julie Baddeley. I've been a non-executive board member for 20 years now, and I lead Chapter Zero, which is a network for non-executive directors, chairs, committee chairs, to become better equipped to lead the discussion on climate change in the boardroom. So at Chapter Zero, what we recognised was that some boards are much more familiar with the issues of climate change and what it's going to mean for their businesses, but a lot have not really fully recognised the challenges that are coming and the urgency of those challenges. So we decided as a group of non-execs to put together a network for non-execs to look at the commercial issues around this topic and help non-executives become better to better understand the issues they're going to be dealing with for their companies. By 2030, so in a decade's time, we need to have halved the emissions, which means reversing many decades of increases. That is a very, very big step to take for the world. And if we don't do that, we have no hope of keeping global temperature rise down to 1.5 degrees. So even at 1 degree rise, we've already got very, very substantial physical impacts from climate change. And knowing how hard it is for business to change its model, we have to start acting very urgently to meet those reductions. And as I say, at the moment, with the emissions are still going up, and the current trajectory is confidently predicted to approach 4 degree temperature rise, which is pretty catastrophic actually for much of the world. Business is the only institution, if I can call it that, that can drive this sort of change. I mean, consumer attitudes and behaviours are changing quite rapidly, but consumers can't lead this. Business needs to invest, because by business investing in innovations, that will be part of the way out of the issue. So Chapter Zero, what we try to explore with our members is all the different ways in which business can help resolve this issue in time to keep us to the 1.5 degrees. And it's not just about investing in renewable energy, it's about battery storage, it's about carbon capture, it's about artificial meat products and releasing land. It's about completely changing the food production and manufacture and retail supply chain, because that's where an awful lot of the emissions come from. It's about electric-powered aeroplanes, if we can get there. It really has massive changes for all aspects of our life. And business has to be able to deliver that, because no one else can do that. And we feel very strongly that it's within business's power to make these changes. And it's not just about the new disruptive companies coming up with wonderful new innovations, important as they are. It's also about the big existing major organisations globally that can actually deliver huge changes. Non-executive directors often straddle different sectors. They don't have to be and are not experts in all aspects of the operations of all their sectors. They need to obviously know sufficient to do their role. But for something like climate change, even more than cybersecurity, which we all spent a lot of time on a few years ago and still are, something like climate change, it is unrealistic to expect that non-executive directors will naturally be aware of all these issues, because we have not been brought up to be aware of them. So we feel that helping that non-executive community, where people are often on multiple boards, so they can go across sector and take learning from one sector to another, can be hugely valuable. And it then provides the support for the chief executive and the CFO who wants to come with these issues into the boardroom. They have a community around that table who understands the issues and can ask the right sort of questions and support the the initiatives that they're going to put in place. So understanding the financial implications of this, which the finance function has to make possible, is absolutely key. And those companies that are doing a really good job here are doing it with a joint effort from finance, looking both at the investments required to actually change things and mitigate and adapt to the challenge, but also the funding requirements, the green funding opportunities, which are all out there. So they have the finance department, the strategy department, and the sustainability experts, which may be inside or outside the company, all working together to come up with an integrated plan that will actually deliver a sustainable future for their businesses.